Next.
Anda dibisukan.
Once again, thank you for wonderful this opportunity. My this conference speaking reaching and inspiring conferencing. Thank you. Di dalam STIEPAR University, officially I open this conference. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And gentlemen, the next agenda is Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between STIEPAR Bandung and Samarkand Tashkent State University of Economic Uzbekistan. On this fine occasions, I would like to invite the signee representing from STIEPAR Bandung is Professor Dr. Ahmad M.Pd, and representing from Samarkand Tashkent State University of Economic Uzbekistan is MOU will give the benefits and also the positive contributions for both parties. But before that, would you mind, Professor Dr. Ahmad and also Mr. Bobur, to stay still at the front? And I would like kindly invite everyone to have a photo session all together with all the speakers and participants, and as well as the speakers and participants on the virtual or on Zoom meeting. And the participants for the Zoom meeting, would you mind to turn the camera on? And we invite all the speakers and the participants online to have a photo sessions all together. Is it possible to make 2 lines or just 1 line? On my mark, let's count. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, and it was very wonderful and let's take the seat. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will come to the main part of the sessions. Without further ado, we will have a plenary sessions that will be delivered one after the other. In the first sessions, there will be 5 presenters. The first presenters is Mr. Sobirov Bobur Baxtishodovich, Ph.D. from Samarkand branch Tashkent State University of Economic Uzbekistan. The second speaker is Mr. Adrian Agus S.Sos, M.M.Par from STIEPAR YAPARI Bandung, Indonesia. And the third one is Meiramova Zafar from International School of Finance, Technology and Science, Uzbekistan. And the fourth is Adsamov Samaridin from International Schools of Finance, Technology and Science, Uzbekistan. And the last, Rizokulov Turakul from Tajik State University of Law, Business and Politics, Khujand, Tajikistan. And the sessions will be moderated by Dr. Zulidiana Rusnalasari M.Pum. She is the head of Central RTI Public Relations and Cooperations. And I would like kindly to invite Miss Lydia. The stage is yours.
Tinggi ya. Mau dia.
Hati. Did you hear my voice in Zoom? Give me reaction if you can hear my voice clearly.
Moderator terus presenter namanya. Oh.
Okay. Follow up, okay. How about this, Fauji? Have you heard my voice clearly? I think the microphone is here.
Oh, nanti audio itu ke sana kalau suara dari ibu dari sini. Jadi
Ini untuk speaker, untuk presenter yang mana? Yang ini, sinyal.
Okay. The volume is okay, everyone in Zoom. Could you hear my voice clearly? We will make sure that this technical problem is okay. Okay. We will start the verse. I would like to invite Mr. Bobur Sobirov to become the speech. Would you like to present from there or okay? Where? Okay. Okay. I will share the presentations from Mr. Bobur and yeah, in Zooms, so everyone can see. Okay.
Here.
Okay. Check the sound, please, Mr. Bobur.
Are you hearing? Hello.
Rifki. Hello, Pak Rifki.
I think hearing, yes.
Yeah, let me listen from this.
Is okay? Okay.
Okay.
Can I start, Julian?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone here on this university. Thank you for invitation to the head of this university and LGI members, Mr. Albain, Tanzil, Mr. Rifki and Solidiana. We have been organizing our first WCU member organizational conference. And I am Bobur Sobirov from Uzbekistan, from Tashkent State University of Economics. This university has two branches, one in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent, one in Samarkand. So I am a representative from Samarkand. I would like today to provide you the topic which is called the role of science and education in advancing tourism in Indonesia and cases from Uzbekistan. Can you go to the next slide, please? So, as I have visited, as Mr. Albain mentioned, I have visited Indonesia 6 times. Yes, and I have visited already so many cities. As I said to the head of the institute that Bandung is very interesting place to have a rest for Uzbek because in Uzbekistan the weather is now like this or much colder. In other places like in Samarinda, in Sidoarjo or in other places very hot. For us it's very hot. When I am with sweet I'm always hot, yes. But here I am feeling very comfortable. I would like to say you in Uzbekistan we have got a huge history. Doctor already mentioned that he have already visited, yes, Uzbekistan. So we have got much resources, but I would like to mention you that here today we can make collaboration between universities to make better tourism in Indonesia and in Uzbekistan. So how we can do it? These university members can easily join on double degree. These university members can join some kind of a programs like call it summer school, winter school, and we can organize some student exchange. Now I bring with me 7 members with Java Bound even with Sidoarjo, let's say, initiative. in order to bring and show up Indonesia to Uzbek students. So the same kind of activities could be done in order to make better tourism atmosphere in science and education in Uzbekistan and Indonesia. Can you go to the next slide? So you can see the concepts of the tourism framework for education on tourism. We have been working nowadays on tourism, and tourism has better connection of geography, economics, environmental sciences, and so on. So if we work on this, this is not just getting tourists. This is something that we need to pay attention on different fields of the sector. Also, we have got some programs that could be one of the reasons to make sustainable. In Indonesia, you have got nature, but to make nature sustainable, you need to pay attention more. More of tourists from Indonesia coming to Bali, to Bandung, to Yogyakarta, yes? Most of them coming for culture, most of them coming to the mountains, to the nature. But in Uzbekistan case, most of people coming for the different reason. Most of them coming for the history, yes? Mr. Arbain visited so many times, Mr. Tanzil visited so many times. In Uzbekistan and in Central Asia, we have got huge history. So means that we need to make a program to our students, and we need to make a program for people that people should understand how to make it sustainable. On that case, today's conference will help us a lot to make it digital, to make information, let's say, transformational digital information should be there. So people should understand by getting this kind of a knowledge. So this institute, I see that you are on tourism. This could help us a lot to make a programs to help people to understand better about tourism and sustainability. Next slide. So you can see I got some kind of statistics that in Indonesia, most of people, as I said, you going to Bali, Jakarta, Yogyakarta, Borobudur temple, and so some people going to ecotourism destinations. You know about this one. Next slide. You can see in Uzbekistan case. In Uzbekistan, the share of tourism is increasing. Last years, we got just 1,700,000 tourists, but now we are getting already 5 million. So in 2030, we are going to make it 15 million tourists in Uzbekistan. So why and how we are doing it? We are mostly paying attention to make our doors open. So in Uzbekistan now, 74 countries going to Uzbekistan visa-free. So this is helping us to increase the number of tourists from different countries. So you can see on the statistic that we have got, on the statistic, yes, next. Yeah, on the statistics, you can see in Indonesia, how is the GDP contribution of tourism, and the same, how is the GDP contribution of Uzbekistan. Also, we have here some points, how is international tourists in Indonesia and in Uzbekistan, top places, and some, let's say, weaknesses and opportunities could be seen on the statistics of me. Next slide. You can see the role of science and tourism and development. Mostly, we need to provide some kind of a program that can show us sustainable tourism models, climate change impact on tourism destinations, and also we can implement artificial intelligence, and we can implement big data in order to anticipate tourist forecasts beforehand. Also, we are paying attention on the role of technology like smart technologies, artificial intelligence, chatbots, and also automatization in tourism services. Very important to make better atmosphere in Uzbekistan cases and in Indonesian case. Next. Also, you see in Uzbekistan nowadays, most of students coming from Indonesia with scholarship. Most of master degree students can go to Uzbekistan for free. I have already mentioned it with when we meet today, that in Silk Road International Tourism University, you can easily go and study for free. Your master students can easily go there for 1 year, and university will provide them stipend. It's like $500 in 1 month they will provide you. So why they're doing this kind of activity? Because so many students from international can go there and they can provide their features. The case study could be not just from Uzbekistan. When I teach Indonesian students, they can provide me more case studies. They can compare how is in Indonesia, how is in Malaysia, how is, for example, in Tajikistan. So many students coming from South Korea, from Japan. So this kind of university making a master degree course with 25 students, and these 25 students from different countries. Imagine I am there, each day I put case study, everyone can give me feedback. So if I teach just Uzbek students, it will be just Uzbek tourism. But if I put their cases, and if language is the same, like English, and if students are from different background, there will be massive answer, massive question, and hot discussion every day we will get. So by that one, these students already came back to Indonesia and already started tour agency. So they're starting to send tourists to Uzbekistan. So by that kind of programs, exchange programs, or let's say stipend programs, we can easily get tourists. And I know that Indonesian embassy also giving some kind of a scholarship to the students to go to Indonesia. And also next one, please. You can see scientific approach to the sustainable tourism in Indonesia. Most of in Indonesian case, we are using eco-tourism possibilities. It's like national parks, Komodo National Park, marine conservation programs. And you need to pay attention that you are mostly getting tourists in Bali, in Bandung, in Yogyakarta, but other places are not well developed. Like I was already in Samarinda, in Sidoarjo, in let's say Makassar, in other places. I see that you have everything, but you're not paying attention to bring tourists. You have nature, you have people, you have good gastronomy, you have good, let's say, price, but you're not making promotion of that. I say to my friends, oh, in Bandung, there are many tourists. Oh, in Bandung, there is, for example, good train, fast train, but so many tourists coming, but many people in abroad, if we say Indonesia, most of them know just Bali. Maybe they know just Yogyakarta. For example, personally, me, first time I got information about Bandung, which kind of place? There should be some kind of branding. Bandung is a place where is a mountain, where mostly rains, where the weather is good, where hospitality, where, for example, gastronomy. You need to show up, and for this all, there should be destination management organization that will promote these kind of places. And for that one, we need to make a program. Next one, please. National parks in Uzbekistan, you can see, is different. We have got different style, not like in your style. Our style is different. We have parks not like rich like yours, but we are also showing to the tourists that is not naturally not the same like in your place. You have much information from nature. You can show up ecology, you can show up something points, but our places is different. We mostly show up our history. We mostly show up monuments. Mostly we have got walis, we have got farm, we pay attention to regional purposes, ziyarat tourism or other kind of tourism facilities well developed. But in Indonesia, mostly it is different, yes? Next slide, please. Scientific approach, what we need to pay. The first one is Silk Road Tourism Sustainable Program. We need to think. Means that it's not just Uzbekistan. If we work about the tourism, we have got Kazakhstan, we have Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, China, Russia. These all countries very near. When you go to Uzbek, you can easily move to other cities. We have traveled with RGI members about 9,000 kilometers and 14 days, starting from one city, covered about, I don't know how many cities we have traveled, about 10 more cities we have traveled, yes. 12 cities we have traveled. It was very easy because no visa, because transportation, borders, they are friends. They can easily allow you to go here and there. So facilities are there, and there are some things that you can see. You want extreme tourism, available. You need history, available. You need food, available. You need friends. Also, it could be there. Everything could be done, but there should be sustainability. Next one. You see data statistics Indonesia versus Uzbekistan. I did some research and total tourist indicator in Indonesia and tourist total indicator in Uzbekistan, main attractions, and which kind of country mostly visiting Indonesia and Uzbekistan we see. According to the statistic, which country mostly visiting Indonesia? What do you think? From where you are getting tourists? You as a tourism professor, what you can say? From where you are getting most tourists? From from Malaysia, yes, mostly. Singapore, Malaysia, Holland, yes, Holland. Why not from other countries? Why not yet? Why not connected with other? What do you think? What is the main reason? Why not in Uzbekistan? No, we have flights. We have flights. We have direct flights. Yeah, this is a promote. Yes, this is a one. And people should know. People, babies, they don't know about you. They don't know. They haven't seen you in Uzbekistan. Yes. When I am here, you see me. You say, "Oh, let's go to Uzbekistan. We have friends." For example, Zulidian has never been in Uzbekistan. When I invite, he can say, "Let's go." Yes. Well, Tanzil visited first time, and Arbain already they are visiting 4 or 5 times. If they have opportunities, they can go. But you can get tourists from other countries. First, you need to also go there. Yes, you need to explain that you have these kind of places. Oh, for that one, Uzbekistan doing something different. We are going to the tourist fairs. We are going to the Spain tourist fair. We are going to Germany tourist fair. We are going to the Malaysia tourist fair. Uzbekistan Ministry of Tourism paying much money to promote there. After going there, we are making collaboration. We are doing some kind of collaboration with tour agencies, and then they're providing us tourists. Next. You can see the statistics on my slides. Better you can get it slide and see the data. Next. How is the tourism growth in Uzbekistan and in Indonesia? In Uzbekistan case, we have been improving because, as I said, we made visa-free, we made direct flights. So for that one, after visa-free and after direct flights, we are getting so many tourists now in Uzbekistan. Next. Data sources for Indonesia, as you said, you are getting from Japan, you're getting from Malaysia, from Australia, because they are near, and also you're getting from China and India. In Uzbek case, okay, next slide. In Uzbekistan, mostly the same from China, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Russia, Germany, Spain. We are getting so many tourists from these kind of countries, and the contribution is so much from Kazakhstan and Russia, because in Kazakhstan and in Russia, mostly people speak in the same language, in Russian language. Next, please. Seasonal tourism variation, you can see which seasons mostly people come, because in Uzbekistan in March, for example, most people come as it is, the weather is good, and we have got holiday called Nowruz. Nowruz means New Year for most countries like Iran, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and so on. So many events, many holiday events will be there in March. And our decade is June and July. Our weather will be very hot, and most people don't come on June and July. August, September, and October, most people go there. Next slide, next. So in the future, what we need to pay attention in Uzbek and in Indonesia, as I said, there should be some digitalization of the tourism for Bali case, but not just Bali, and other destinations can also expand tourism. And also you have got ecotourism and extreme tourism. In Uzbekistan, we need to pay attention on the Silk Road historical tourism boom. So if we make promotions there, many people can come to Uzbek. Next slide. Also, we have been making collaboration with other countries, like with Malaysia and in Indonesia. So many tourists are nowadays coming from Malaysia and Uzbekistan, thanks to Batik Air. Batik Air is operating now so many flights to Uzbekistan, and Batik Air is operating from Malaysia and Indonesia. And we are now, these days, our president is in Malaysia. with so many rectors of the universities, with so many business people. They're making collaboration and agreement with Malaysia. But I am here in Indonesia because I see in Indonesia there are so many opportunities, so many people, so the religion is the same, people the same, culture is the same, and we have got some history that could connect Uzbek with Indonesia, like Samarkandi. Yes, these kind of people could be kind of a bridge to connect Indonesia with Uzbek. Next. Some case studies in Uzbekistan that you are on the project of Raja Ampat. Uzbekistan, mostly we are paying attention on heritage mapping and smart tourism activities according to the digitalization. Next. Next. This is the last slide of me. If you have any question, you are welcome. I don't want to prolong so much in order to waste time and to take your time. Thank you one more time for time sharing. If any questions, I'm ready to answer. Yes? Yes?
I would like to know about the pilgrim tour in Uzbekistan, because yesterday I have business in religion, then I have bring the guests from Indonesia to
Uzbek.
That some people, my guests know about the Bukhari Muslim farm. So you in Uzbekistan, how to develop the pilgrim tour, because that Bukhari Muslim one of the destination of pilgrim tour.
How many Al-Bukhari complex kind of places you need in Uzbekistan? How many you need? In Uzbekistan, I mean, so many these kind of wali places, so many tombs that Islamic people go and pray. Yes, Mr. Tanzil? Mr. Arbain and Mr. Tanzil knows about this, so we have got so many. You know, maybe just Al-Bukhari, Al-Maturidi, Al-Tirmizi. When I was yesterday in Surabaya, in the door, there was written Al-Tirmizi. Al-Tirmizi quote was there on Surabaya, Muhammadiyah Surabaya University. I asked, do you know about him? About Al-Tirmizi? He's connected with Uzbekistan also. When you go there, so many walis. But the mistake of Uzbek is that we don't know the history deeply. We are not promoting to Indonesia. Indonesia itself, your president, first president, Sukarno, yes? Sukarno visited Uzbekistan through Soviet Union and discovered the place where Al-Bukhari is there burned, yes? So now, answer to you is that there are so many places, and we are also making tour company. We can collaborate together and you can bring your tourists. We can serve you. And there are so many places here to make collaboration. And we can easily get tourists from Indonesia directly to Uzbekistan. And we know and we are waiting that there will be at least 10 million tourists from Indonesia after we restart Al-Bukhari complex. 10 million. Next to Al-Bukhari complex, now 24 hotels under construction. So this will be finished this year, and we are waiting just Malaysia, Singapore, and mostly Indonesia only for the destination. We are thinking to make it like a combi tour for the second Umrah combination. Like you are using now Egypt, you are using Turkey, and you are paying so much money. I got statistics that you're paying even 42 million rupiah. But if you go to Uzbek, just $2,000 maximum is enough there. And from Uzbek to go to Umrah is not so expensive because we have now low-cost flights. Wizz Air is already connected. So people going to Umrah because it is cheap. But we are not yet started with Indonesia. Some tour agencies already there, but not boom is happening, boom. We are waiting when there will be. And the reason is not happening because Al-Bukhari complex is under construction now. we are making constructor just for Indonesia and Malaysia. So we know that you will go there not 1, 2, 3 days. We know that you can go there weeks. You can stay near Al-Bukhari complex, weeks. For that reason, we are making infrastructure. And this process already seen by that they have already seen with their eyes. Vivid example is there that is going on this is under construction now. Thank you for very interesting question. Any more question? Yes.
Yes. Case of tourism development in Bandung, mostly the tourism developed by the community. For instance, for the historical tour, we have communities that go to the historical places. Communities who go to the mountain. Communities who have marathon event for tourism. Mostly by the community. What is the case in Uzbekistan, for instance, like the religious place? Is it developed most by the government, the industry, the business, or the community?
Mostly by government, but at job places, our community is done in different way. Like tourism university now, they have their own community and their funding. This university will provide amount to staff to visit other places on holidays. Our community shape is different. Like you go to mountain with different people and different background and different age and different sex. But in Uzbek, it is different. We go with our community from our job places. We go to community from our region. And mostly places and organizations, they get amount from funding of their organization. Like we have got data mining company, we have got some architectural companies, big companies, they have got funding to provide their staff, to provide their employees to go to different places. And they will organize it. And the second thing, for the improvement, government put money for the different destination. By that one, they're improving the facility. But like in Dubai and in Singapore, new buildings is organized by small business enterprises. Me, for example, I am owner of the hotel. I have a hotel with 25 rooms. We have, in my hotel is like a budget hotel, like $15 or $20 hotel. This hotel serves to the tourists and backpackers. Mostly people come, stay at hotel without cars. They see around the monuments. Near my hotel, there are about 12 sightseeing monuments, like including Registan Square, Al-Matrudi place where our first president born. And that place is near. And our friends, when they go, they stay in my hotel. And it's very near to them to go and to eat a plov, to go to see place, to go to interact with people. So means government provide us opportunity to make tourism service. Instead, they're giving you subsidy. Instead, they can give you low tax, and then you will get motivation. You put money and organize this kind of facility. But that is not like your hotel chain. Your hotels here, you have big hotels, big chain, good management. In our place, it is a little different kind. Thank you. Any more questions? Finish it? Maybe from chat? If questions from chat is okay. If no, we can finish. Okay. Good, thank you. Done?
Thank you, Mr. Bobur, for
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for question. Yes, okay, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is his name. Yang udah ini lagi udah ada
So the research previously already been presented in other international seminar, and an article already written, ready to be published, still waiting for decision which journal that we will submit. Yeah, hopefully RGI can help us decide which journal to publish the article. And for this presentation, I rewrite the article to cooperate with the theme of sustainable development. Okay, can you please hit the first slide? Can you show it? Okay. The title of the presentation is From Empathy to Advocacy, How Heritage Tourism Interpretation Inspires Generation Z to Preserve the Past for a Sustainable Future. So personally, my research mostly in the micro level of research, not in the macro level. Okay, next. As in this case, this is a collaboration from tourism management field, my field, and also Ibu Septi in the language. So interpretation as the product of the language. First, why is cultural heritage important? So cultural heritage is a dynamic process that shapes the future and vital for transferring invaluable resources for future generations. Cultural heritage conveys knowledge marginalized by modernization and globalization. Preservation reinforces so why is cultural heritage important? Preservation reinforces national identity, social cohesion, and cultural values. Active community involvement is also crucial for successful preservation. Okay, next. And the role of tourism interpretation in this case, interpretation shapes tourists' attitude towards cultural heritage. It fosters sustainable behaviors by increasing visitor knowledge and awareness. Effective interpretation enhances engagement and emotional attachment to the heritage place. It influences visitors' sense of responsibility towards present. Detailed explanations and interactive experiences. Here, next. Targeting Generation Z. So, because it is the future of heritage tourism, our generation is shifting from Generation X, Y, and then Generation Z is believed to be the key demographic for tourism with unique consumption patterns in the next 5 years. They are digital natives with a keen interest in immersive learning. They seek personalized and unique experiences. They are influenced by innovative experiences and cognitive perceptions. Thus, understanding their motivations and behaviors is crucial for shaping future engagement with cultural heritage and also in turn in sustainable tourism development. Okay, next. So our research methodology, this is a qualitative approach to investigate how heritage tourism interpretation influences the attitudes of Generation Z tourists towards the preservation of cultural heritage. And our method, this is our approach, is to observe a walking tour in Bandung. So participants engage in guided walking tours of historical sites in Bandung. These tours were designed to provide immersive experiences, focusing on historical sites rather than typical tourist attractions. So the walking tour, basically just walking along the ordinary streets, maybe in Braga, yeah, the hotel where Mr. Bobur stayed. Those are ordinary streets, but in this walking tour, the participants will gain more knowledge about the history. The example roads that we study included the town square, alun-alun Bandung, and also the Kosambi area or the old commercial district in Bandung. Okay, next. So we designed a structured questionnaire with 20 open-ended questions administered to approximately 20 Generation Z tourists. And also we add the data by interviewing 3 participants with the in-depth interview to have more variation in experiences and opinions related to the tour interpretation and the cultural heritage preservation. Okay, next. So we have found this is the dimension that we researched. The first one is the pre-tour, their initial knowledge, and then during the tour, the engagement and emotional attachment. And then after the walking tour, we asked about the influence on their attitudes. And the findings next. For the first aspect, the first dimension. Next, please. The initial knowledge. We found that 3 levels of initial knowledge. The first, the participants have lack of knowledge or minimal knowledge before the tour. And then some of them have general but shallow knowledge about the heritage area. And then some of them aware, but they have indifferent attitudes towards the place. Next. And then for the second aspect, during the tour, the engagement and emotional attachment, we also categorize 3 levels. The first group have high interest and strong emotional involvement because of the tour interpretation. The second group, interest in information, but they have less emotional involvement. And then the third one, neutral, or they have minimal interest about the interpretation. Okay, and then the third dimension, next. The influence on their attitudes. We also identified 3 levels of influence. The first one, yeah, after the tour, they have significant positive influence because of the tour interpretation. The second one, moderate positive influence. This group show positive but less intense attitudinal changes. And then the third one, little to no influence, even after the walking tour. Okay, next. So these are the key quotations that we have gained, yeah, as the data. For example, the first one, Muhammad Tegar, 21 years old, the participant. The tour guide made history come alive with vivid stories, which made it exciting and relevant. And then Putri, 24 years old, learning about the historical evolution of Kosambi, the commercial district, added sentimental value to these sites for me, making me feel that they were worth preserving. And then the next one, Sophie. After learning so much, I realized these places are really valuable. We need to protect them. Okay, next sample. Yeah. Tita, 30 years old. Now I want to participate in preservation and also inform lay people like myself that these are historical buildings. And next, yes, I now believe that no matter how small the history, it's still history and it's important. And then understanding the stories behind the sites made me feel responsible for their preservation. So our analysis that the impact of interpretation on their attitudes, first, interpretation can shift indifference to active participation in preservation. It enhances understanding and appreciation of heritage sites. It fosters a sense of responsibility for the site preservation. It creates emotional connections between visitors and historical sites. It encourages active involvement in heritage preservation. Okay, next. So we also identified effective interpretation strategies for Generation Z from our research. First, dynamic storytelling makes history accessible and relevant. So history is not in the big book on the library, it's not on the articles, journals, but it's there on the streets, on the buildings, it's there for them and relevant to their daily life. And then detailed explanations provides deeper understanding and appreciation. Most of the walking tour, the interpretation is in the what we call the petite histoire, micro history, the small story about some buildings, the small story about the local heroes, so that give a more interesting story for the Generation Z. And then interactive experiences fosters a sense of responsibility. And then we need also to tailor approach to address varied levels of initial knowledge, as we mentioned before. And then engaging educational content. So in every tour, we have to put educational content on the tour interpretation delivered by the tour guide. Okay, next. So in this event, in this conference, we can connect the dots from interpretation. It will enhance engagement for the Generation Z and to more active in cultural heritage preservation, and then it will lead to protect historical sites and values, and in turn will support sustainable tourism development. Next. So our conclusions, tour interpretation is vital for promoting cultural heritage preservation. Effective interpretation engages tourists and fosters responsibility to the tourists themselves. Tailored approach enhance visitor experience and appreciation. This also must be studied more, yeah, to develop more approach for the tour interpretation. And then interpretation motivates Generation Z to actively participate in cultural heritage preservation. By ensuring tourism activities are responsible, we can protect cultural heritage for future generations. Okay, terima kasih. Lanjut dan thank you, atur nuhun. That will be our presentation. We go back to the moderator.
Thank you. Bapak Adrian, for your fruitful presentations. Now we go on to the question and answer. I see in our Zoom meeting, we don't have any chat for asking. Maybe the question will be sent later on, but I need to confirm that all participants here need to send their paper submissions. We will wait for you for the joining publication collaboration. Please, everyone, send your paper, including our participant here in STIEPAR YAPARI. Thank you, Pak Adrian, for your time for presenting in this conference. We go on to the next conference. The next presenter will be from Kyrgyz State Academy of Physical Culture and Sports in Kyrgyzstan. Professor Dr. Nurmira Abdybekova. Prof. Nurmira, are you already in Zoom? Could you please on your camera? So everyone here in Bandung and also in Zoom can see your presentations. Okay, you're there. Thank you. Okay, please give me words whether we can hear your voice clearly here. So we can check, Prof. Nurmira. Yes.
Good morning,
Okay.
dear colleagues. I am very glad to see you, all participants of
Okay.
international conference. Can you open my presentation, please?
Okay, I will share. From the operator, we will share your presentation. So the time is yours, Prof. Nurmira.
Okay, if you can open.
Operator is trying. Please wait.
Okay, if you can open my presentation, I will start my presentation. I am very glad to see you all participants and congratulate with first international conference from Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyz State Physical Culture Sport Academy, named after Uzbekov. The theme of my presentation, digital skills, master students in the field of physical culture and sport. In order to develop education in accordance with modern requirements in Kyrgyz Republic, sustainable development, the course of formation digital skills of teachers in the field of physical culture was developed. And process teacher training should be considered in the plans. Firstly, in terms of the implementation of the development course for teachers. In rapidly changing world pedagogical condition, secondly, in terms of teacher self-realization, knowledge, ability to use innovation technologies, source tools, and distance learning. Next slide is about skills. You can open the next slide. Today, there is a demand for personnel in the field of physical culture and sport with digital competences. Digital and competences teachers should have 3 types. In next slide, we presented 3 hard skills, hardware skills, work skills related hardware digital service, and software skills, soft skills, interacting with software, working with information, and meta skills. Should be proceeded in many object and based on the communication process for successful application, soft and hard skills. Purpose of our research is creating course, and it is methodological support for the formation digital skills of teacher in the field of physical culture and sport. We use different methods of research, analysis of later references on digital education, generalization of pedagogical experience, and questionnaire. You can yes, open next slide. With the help of digital tools, teacher can make the learning process interesting. And also resource can be used effectively for free educational activities. We met different problems during the pandemic, COVID-19, and there are a large number of digital video resource and platforms, Google Classroom, and for example, Jisca WebEx, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, YouTube channel in our republic, because we are not ready for COVID-19. Next, please. Yes, here we presented what is digitalization accuracy. It is informative and modernization, communication, and communication, teacher and student. In next slide, I also said about the resource and platforms that we use during the pandemic, COVID-19. And in next slide, I present the European model of digitalization competence for education. It is connected with pedagogical competences of the teacher, as teaching, education, and digital resource, and also digital skills and other competence. I can also tell about the result of research in next slide. The research was conducted in Basis Kyrgyz State Academy of Physical Culture and Sport, named Beyzen Turuzbekov. It is situated in Kyrgyzstan, in Bishkek. Bishkek is the capital of Kyrgyzstan. And also Kyrgyz-Turkish Manas University from October 2022 to April 2024. When studying the research problem, we conducted survey among the respondents. 258 teachers took part in our survey, and 2% are doctors of science, 36% candidates, Ph.D, associate professors, and 60.5% are teachers without degree. In next slide, we show the result of our research in the introduction of evaluation criteria has shown that positive impact on attitude of teachers towards distance learning. 56.3% response were positive, 21.8% yes rather than no, and 9.4% of teachers' response gave negative answer. In this diagram, indicators of teachers' positive attitude toward distance learning. Next figure is attitude of undergraduate to distance learning. The process of distance learning for undergraduates is based on discipline, understanding, and compliance with the norms of collective behavior, moral qualities such as responsibility, sense of duty, diligence, mobility, and sociability. And the conducted research has shown us that teachers in the field of physical culture and sport should have digital skills. Next slide is also teachers' attitude forms education. in the light of data obtained, the result of studying problem and summarizing best pedagogical experience, training course was developed. The course was based on 22 components. And in next slide is a positive aspect online learning. 80% of teachers noted that regardless of geographical position and temporal location, 55% mobility and flexible schedule, and 35% of teachers choose course effectiveness and adaptability. In this picture, you can see positive aspect on online learning. After this survey, we based on result of the survey and create a course for teachers on formation digital skills in the field of physical culture and sport. In the next slide, our course consists of 3 sections and 22 elements. Can you open, please, the next slide, please? The conducted research has shown that personal and digital literacy are serious barriers to the digital transformation of education in the field of physical culture and sport. Yes, here we organize different seminars for our teachers, for high schools and secondary schools teachers, and our students, master students, bachelor students, and Ph.D. 2 years. And in the second slide, we also show our courses that based result on the research training course for teachers on formation digital skills has been developed, which can be used in the educational process of sports university and in the condition of advanced training for teachers and coaches. Next slide also show developed and implemented in the educational process the work program and online training manual. We also open our YouTube channel that has been created. Video lectures has been posted on YouTube channel. Here I put my YouTube channel links, and in this period there are many teachers, 413 teachers, and we put 64 video materials that we can show to our teachers. And also we create several PDF books. In next slide, I want to introduce you with manuals and books that we created and also have developed in PDF format. And you can also introduce with these books in our library. First book is published in 2016, English for students in the field of physical culture and sport. Second is pedagogy of physical education and sport. Next, this red book is Patriot for our military students, military preparation and physical culture students for second course. And the last one is also my book, English for students in the field of physical education and sport. In this next slide, you can introduce with my course. I create this course during after pandemic, after survey. The course name is Formation of Digital Skills of Teachers in the Field of Physical Culture and Sport, 72 hours. There are different themes of this course. For example, digital literacy of the teacher using Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom platforms, organization video lectures, and also administrator of online schools, using artificial intelligence platforms in teaching, using ChatGPT in preparation for classes, and programming, digital design, web design, graphic design, soft and hard skills, project-based learning, development of critical thinking, and methods of scientific research, new learning technologies, refresh your teaching, classroom management, public speaking, digital skills of teacher, publication articles in Scopus Journal. Because why we choose this theme? Because our teachers is interested, and we organize different kind of seminars and trainings. Here I also put my photo and moment of our and also our seminar, our undergraduate students, and we also organize this seminar several times for scientists from Central Asia. We have also Central Asian Scientists Association, and we prepare this material for special for this scientist. And we can organize this course in Russian, in English, in Kyrgyz languages. Modern teachers should have digital competencies, which are set of skills, abilities to use information and communication technologies, digital media, and also in process of setting, solving tasks, related information, processing and acquiring knowledge necessary for work, learning, socialization, and expanding opportunities. We conducted a survey among teaching staff, undergraduates, first, second course, and we want to realize this our course for your scientists. If you want to listen our course, we can organize also for not only for Central Asia, but also Indonesia. Thank you for your attention. If you have some questions, please, I'm ready to answer.
Good job.
Mhm. Can you open your microphone? I don't hear, please.
How about
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. And I've already checked in our Zooms and also in our room here. It seems like they are, yeah, you can hear my voice, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, there is no question, I think, or, oh, yeah, we have one here in our offline room.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Adrian. Oh, we have two here, Prof.
Oh.
Adrian. His name is Mr. Adrian, the
Yeah.
page is presented before you. Could you hear our voice?
Hello. Good morning. Thank you for the presentation. Can you hear my voice?
Good morning. Yes, of course.
Yes, I have a question. Is there any way that we could measure the progress of our students in physical activities? with the digital approach or distance learning? Thank you.
Thank you, dear professor, for your question. Yes, we can organize for developing our memorandum between Indonesia and Kyrgyzstan. Thank you for Professor Multazam. He visited our university and we signed a memorandum of understanding. We can also organize this course for your students. We will be glad.
Is okay? Yes, this. Okay. One more time, thank you, Nurmira, for joining on this conference. As we have visited your university and your presentation is also about sport and teaching, let's say, some courses in sport sciences. So now the conference is going on at Tourism University. I would like to ask about connection, sport and tourism in Kyrgyzstan. Are you planning to organize any these kind of courses under your sport academy where you work now?
Thank you, Professor Bobur Sobirov. Of course, we have a specialization of tourism in our department. Our department's name is track and field tourism and swimming kinds of sport. We prepare our future specialists in the field of physical culture and sport by tourism. We can organize also mobility program for Uzbek students and Indonesian students. And we can also send our students by mobility program and organize these courses online.
Thank you for your answer and for the joining.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I would like to invite the next presenter after we have this little discussion here. I would like to invite Mr. Rizokulov, Turakul Rabimkulovich from Tajik State University of Law, Business and Politics, Khujand, Tajikistan. Prof. Rizokulov, are you already in Zoom?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Would you like to present your own presentation directly?
Yes, I have sent you to your address my presentation yesterday.
Okay. I will operate the presentation from my Zoom.
Can I start?
Okay. The time is yours.
Good morning and welcome. It's an honor to address you on behalf of Tajik State University of Law, Business and Politics, SV unit to strengthen educational collaboration. This gathering marks a vital step in fostering innovation, research and academic exchange among Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and other esteemed hosts from Indonesia. Education is a bridge connecting cultures and shaping future leaders. Our shared history and deep ties provide a strong foundation for cooperation, and Indonesia's global perspectives enriches this partnership. Together, we can advance student and faculty exchange, joint research, and institutional development. Also, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for our Indonesian partners for their initiative and support in organizing this event. To my colleagues from Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, I look forward to our fruitful discussions and the partnership that will emerge from this meeting. Let us work hand in hand to build a future where education knows to no boundaries and where our collective efforts lead to a better world. Thank you, and I wish us all a productive and inspiring meeting. Thank you, and let's make this gathering a success. My report devoted to the climate change and economic development sustainability in Tajikistan. First of all, I want to emphasize the 1972 Stockholm Conference on the Human Environment and the creation of the United Nations Environment Programme make the inclusion of the international community at the state level in addressing environmental issues that had begun to hinder socio-economic development. The concept of sustainability development as a process was first formulated in 1987 in the United Nations. Currently, about 140 developing countries are striving to embark on a path of economic growth and development. At the same time, the growing threats associated with climate change force them to take specific measures to ensure that today's actions to ensure economic growth and development don't negatively impact the quality of life of future generations. Achieving the sustainable development goals involves a set of measures aimed at improving the lives of people around the world, as well as reducing the harmful effects of man-made disasters and climate change. The founder of peace and national unity, the leader of the nation, President of the Republic of Tajikistan, Imam Rahman, emphasized that next slide, please. It is essential that there is the speech of our president, and Tajikistan has demonstrated strong economic performance over the past decade, with an average growth rate exceeding for 8.3%. Strong economic growth, higher wages, and international remittance have helped reduce poverty from 32% of the population in 2009 to an estimated 12.4% in 2023. Using the international poverty line of $3.65 a day. Increase the gross domestic product of the Republic of Tajikistan by times during the years of independence. It is shown in the next slide, please. Next slide, please. It is the gross domestic product of our country in independent years. Please, next slide. There is shown the trend of increasing of the gross domestic product in our country. And next slide about gross domestic product per capita. And at present time, our country achieved very positive and good achievements in our economic side. And next slide, please. Next slide, please. Today, the country is implementing four national strategic goals. First of all, overcoming the communications deadlock, and second one, achieving energy independence, and third one, ensuring food security, accelerated industrialization of the country. First of all, there is written about investments in this field, about 53 investment projects, and according to the global competitiveness reports, our country included to the 12 levels of improvement countries. According to the World Economic Forum, among 131 countries, our country at present time in the ranked in the 40th place. Then in the period of independence years, first built 2,200 kilometers of roads, 109 bridges, 25 kilometers of tunnels. Please take next slide, please. Next slide. Ensuring its energy independence, Tajikistan ranks among the top 3 countries in the world with a green economy. Next slide, please. And the fourth strategic goal is accelerated industrialization of the country. Today, in all of the country constructed many manufacturing industrial firms. And second one, next slide, please. According to international information, GDP growth rate in the current prices in percentage, Tajikistan situated on the first place among the CIC countries, according to the economic growth. Please, second one. Next one. Next, please. Major environmental problems. Tajikistan. First of all, climate change. Tajikistan is characterized by a high degree of vulnerability of the shocks caused by climate change, droughts, floods, landslides, etc. It is reported that by 2050, up to 1/3 of the glaciers in Central Asia will have completely disappeared, increasing the risk of flash floods from glacial-like outbursts. Second one, land degradation. According to the Committee for Environmental Protection, the main cause of land desertification in the Republic erosion and deterioration of soil fertility as a result of irrational farming in Tajikistan. Air pollution. According to specialists of the Committee for Environmental Protection under the government of Tajikistan, the main air polluter is transport. Radiation waste. International experts estimate that Tajikistan needs 3 million euros to dispose of radiation waste. Plastic rubbish is one of the most pressing problems in rural areas. Collection and disposal of household waste. And in the next slide is shown emission of harmful substances into the atmosphere by increasing 1,000 tons in a year. If you can observe every year emission of harmful substance into the atmosphere is increased. It is the results of civilization, is the results of appearing new firms of industry and others, and increasing of population. Next slide about impact of climate change on water resources. Increase of average temperature increases evaporation, which causes increase of demand for large volume of water. Increased average rainfall on slopes with uneven surface. Inactive forest cover often leads to floods, landslides. The third one, mountains with lower snow cover heights in Tajikistan are subject to rapid snow melt, which causes unstable access to irrigation water and water deficit. The sharp rise in temperature increases the risk of spring floods as well as classical lake outbursts. The lake of Saris we have. And next slide, please. Water resource of Central Asia rivers by country is shown in this slide. According to the slide, we can observe Tajikistan a more rich country among these countries by water resources, and on the whole, so 41% of total water resources is located in Tajikistan. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Impact of climate change on human health, increasing in extreme weather events. Had waves, droughts, landslides, floods, has direct detriment effects on human health. Reduction of agricultural productivity affects food security and the nutrition of the population. The changing ecosystem is responsible for the increase in serious outbreaks of infectious diseases. Rising temperatures and responsible for flooding, water pollution, leading to an increase in gastrointestinal diseases. The increase in heart-related problems, heart stroke, is reflected in a reduced ability of workers to work. Particularly vulnerable, the elderly, children, and infants. It was next slide, please. It was estimated that at least 15,000 people in Yaro will die from health-related causes in 2022. Of this, according to national health authorities, nearly 4,000 people died in Spain, more than 1,000 in Portugal, more than 3,200,000 in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and about 4,500 in Germany. Next slide, please. Number of emergencies according to the statistical data in Tajikistan, total emergency stations is increased. We can observe from this slide, and natural characters, emergence of natural characters is increased too, and technogenesis also increased. Next, certain key figures. In Tajikistan today, there are more than 1,200 registered areas with high risk of landslides, posing a direct threat to settlements, roads, irrigation facilities. One of the 14,000 kilometers of registered roads, more than 500 kilometers are subject to adverse natural and climatic events every year. Overall, from 1992 to 2020, economic losses associated with natural disasters averaged $1.8 billion, United States dollar, and affected more than 80% of the population of Tajikistan. In total, from 1992 to 2020, economic losses associated with natural disasters averaged 1.8 billion and affected more than 8% of the population of Tajikistan. About 20,000 people suffer annually from floods in the regions of Republic of Tajikistan. Damage from natural disasters up to 3% of GDP. Experts foresters. The growing seasonal lands GACP is expected to increase. According to the high emissions projection, the GWP will be 150 days in 2030 and 165 days in 2050 and 200 days in 2080 years. Rising temperatures will lead to a loss of the glacier's mass the volume of glaciers will shrink by half by 2050. This kind of situation we can observe. Please, next slide. Next slide. Measures for adaptation to climate change. Transition to a green economy, protection and restoring nature at the basis of health. The second one, switching to renewable energy to save lives from our air pollution. The urban environment, transport and mobility should be rethought. Promote healthy, sustainability and resilience food systems. Fund a healthier, fairer and greener future in the interest of saving lives. Cooperation, no country can succeed alone on environmental issues. And next slide. Next slide, please. Except government measures, everybody can affect to save ecological situation in the world, and everybody can make own contribution to save green future. There is some effective, some 10 effective individuals action. Please, next slide, please. Next slide. Save energy at home. First of all, and second one, walk, ride a bike, eat more vegetables, plan your trip, throw away less food, reduce consumption, and this kind of actions we can make our future green. According effective actions for a green future, according to the international standards, to maintain a livable climate, average annual carbon emissions per person must fall from 6.3 tons to 2.1 tons by 2030. Air travel average almost 2 tons of carbon dioxide emissions. Globally, the average annual carbon footprint per person is 5.9 tons. Switching from cars to public transport could reduce carbon emissions by up 2.2 tons per person per year. Living without a car could reduce the annual carbon footprint by 3.6 tons. Switching to a plant-based diet could reduce a person's annual carbon footprint by up to 2.1 tons and 1.5 tons for vegetarians. By using only the food we need and reducing food fast, and person can reduce their carbon footprint by 1.3 tons per year. Eating organic food can reduce an individual's carbon footprint by 0.9 tons per year. Switching to renewable energy reduces carbon footprint by 2.5 tons annually. Improving the energy efficiency of homes reduces the carbon footprint by an average of 900 kilograms of carbon. This is effective action for a green future. Thank you for your attention. I have finished my report. If you have question, please.
Okay, we will wait for somebody's here, probably has questions, or our audience in Zoom meeting. How is it? Oh,
Yes. Please, I am ready.
yeah. I think they will send the question later on, and we can continue the presentation to Mr. Dr. Arbain. He is already here in Bandung, in STIEPAR YAPARI, on the spot. Please, Pak Arbain, come to the podium, and I will share the screen.
Please, repeat, please.
Ini di kantongnya. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Today I would like to share about sustainable development in point of view of the open access journal. We check my slide. In my first slide, I would like to share about open access journal. Could you please to share my PowerPoint? Okay, go. Move to the next slide. Okay, next. Slide 1. I have a question for you in a Zoom or in here. Help me. Tadi slide berikut. Berikutnya. Okay. Okay. I have a question for you in here in a Zoom. Do you know the types of journal publication, type of the journal you manage, or your journal destination to submit? Yeah, it will be open access. Okay. It must be gold open access, bronze open access, or hybrid open access. Do you know about that? Yeah. Yeah, just open access. Yeah, just open access. We don't know about the others. Okay, move to the next slide. Okay, one of the recommendation by the UNESCO is the diamond open access. Diamond open access means that this journal is community driven and non-commercial model. For example, in this university, STIEPAR has a journal, and all of the journal posted by the university, and the author not charged by the publication. If you submit, and it will be free, and you automatically can download all of the document of the journal. Yeah, for example, when we check in the big publishers such as the Springer, what's next? Springer, Taylor and Francis. If you submit in that journal, it will be possible you'll pay what you submit in that journal. That's free for submission, and your article will be accepted for free also. And then after that, after your paper already published, you have to pay to get your PDF document in that journal. That's the problem by the journal business in this time. That's why there are 5 types of the journal. The first one, we know gold open access. This is the most common practice in Indonesia and in the world. Okay, the gold open access. For example, in my university, we have a journal and we have a charge article for the writer. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. The problem is in Indonesia, when we not only in Indonesia, in the world, if we have a journal for the first time, it's free. After 2 years, it will be charged more than 2 million, 3 million after indexing. For some prestigious indexing, it will be charged more than $100. Yeah, that's the problem. We have no policy in that regulation. We just gold open access. That's the problem. And the green open access, we know that with this platform, we don't need to pay. Yeah, it's just the pre-publishing, such as the repository. It's okay, preprint, and etc. It's free for the publication. And as I said, Diamond is the community-driven university as the sponsor, government as the sponsor. It will be free because all of the costs and the payment and all of the infrastructure will managed by the sponsor. And the bronze, sometimes, it's free. And the hybrid, we can use this one is free, this one is you have to pay. We move to the next slide for the detailed explanation about the open access. We check for the green open access. It will be free, no cost. Yeah, license, authors or publisher will choose the license. License will be, we can check our license in the Creative Commons. Mostly in Indonesian journal already conducting this practice for the license. And we know about CC by SA, and CC by non-commercial. That's the practice that, and the problem is sometimes the writer don't know about this policy. Yeah, this one is not commercial. Yeah, this one is share alike. That's the problem. And then the diamond open access. Yes, that's the this one is the recommendation by the UNESCO, and gold open access also. Which one is we need to cost? And if you choose the gold open access, it will be automatically be free if you choose the to access the journal. However, if you want to give the article processing charge, it's okay. Okay, help me to the next slide. And then we'll talk about the RGI's overview as the organization. We are the non-profit organization. We have more than 700 members around the Indonesian. We check in the map. Move to the next slide. Okay, we have also the ecosystem to help the journal editor, to manage, and then we also help the university. This one, for free for all of our DOI member. We have more than 17,000 members of our DOI members. Let's move. Next. Okay, DOJ. We can check also the open access by the DOJ indexing. Based on the data, when we check only, there are 1,307 journal with diamond open access. It means that all of the publication is free in this journal. You can filter, and when you check in the YJ website, you can filter in the journal first, and then you can filter in the country and checklist in Indonesia. We can find this data. Only 300 journal with diamond open access. It's free. The others, the payment you have to pay for the publication. Yeah, it based on the Sinta sometimes indexing. If you publish in Sinta 5, 6, it will be cheaper. Honestly, Sinta 2 will be expensive. Sometimes will be 1 million, 2 million. Yeah, that's the practice by the gold open access in Indonesia. Okay, I also want to inform you that in Indonesia we have 30 members of RGI as the editor of DOJ, associate editor of DOJ, ambassador of the DOJ. Mr. Tanzil Multazam is the ambassador of DOJ. I am also as the associate editor of the DOJ. We check all of the journal, practice how to open access. And it doesn't matter about the payment or article processing charge. Next slide, please. Okay, let's we check accreditation by the government. Until today, based on the data last month, we have total 10,479 journal with total 1,567 publisher. And next slide, please. Remember that based on the government indexing or SINTA, it's the best one in SINTA 1. It's possible indexed by the Scopus, and SINTA 1 based on the score 70 above. Yeah, more than 70, and your journal will automatically in SINTA 2. Okay, and because I talk about the diamond open access as the new best practice for the implementation and the recommendation by UNESCO, we already make a communication with Redalic. In South America and America commonly use the diamond open access. All of the infrastructure helped by the government and sponsor. For example, Redalic, last year we already invite one of the Redalic member and head of the Redalic, Prof. Ariana, and she described about the diamond open access. And the problem is in Indonesia, diamond open access is not popular because, for example, in my university as the private university, when we manage the journal and have some journal, we put some the article processing charge, yeah, from 100,000 and then 300,000 and then 1 million. That's the problem. For diamond open access, it must be free for all, yeah, free for the authors, free for the managing all of the point of the journal. That's the problem. Okay, and then when we check again CIOLO also the open access, but the problem in the CIOLO also it's the hybrid. Not fully diamond open access. In this platform CLO, also some journal will task you by the article processing charge, because in CLO a few of the journal already indexing Scopus, and yeah, they charge us if we want to publish in that journal. And then DOAJ is global directory, and in in Indonesia, we are the most journal indexed by DOAJ in the world, and the second one is UK and then Brazil, and people around the world surprised with our journal. We are the biggest one in the world. Last month I went to Cape Town, and we meet many journal editors and publisher in the world. Then they said, wow, journal in Indonesia, 25,000 journal. For example, in China, only 4,000 journal. Big China, only 4,000 journal. And Latin index also same like the Redalic and CLO, they use the diamond open access. Okay, the problem why UNESCO recommend the diamond open access, because it's about the equality. I am as the author, I have to pay much money to index, to submit my paper to the Scopus journal, for example. That's why UNESCO recommend for the diamond open access for the managing the journal. Yeah, it's the recommendation by the UNESCO. I met with many African people also. They cannot pay the APC for the some journal. We know that in Africa they have the problem. They have a problem with the education. They have the problem about the money. That's why it's better for us to use the Diamond Open Access journal. Sorry, Diamond Open Access. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, case study Indonesia, journal publisher Indonesia such as university, ministries, local government, companies, foundation, yeah, CV, yeah. Indonesia not only the university, we have the ministries, we have the local government, we have the company, foundation, and CV who manage the journal, yeah. And based on this data, we have some problem about the article processing charge. And initially, Diamond Open Access then changed when it is indexed in the WAJ or Scopus or already get the Sinta 2, Sinta 3, that's the problem. Yeah. And mandatory publication policy for lectures and students. For example, you are the magister student, you have to publish in Sinta 2. And when you are the doctoral student, you have to publish in Scopus. How much money you have to spend to this? Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, that's why Diamond Open Access criteria input to journal accreditation, if possible. Yeah, that's why we recommend to the government to put this Diamond Open Access to the government, if possible. One of the criteria to make this criteria indexed by the Diamond Open Access, and with this criteria and the Sinta score will be better if possible. Yeah. For example, also for the trap, infect journal and predatory journal, I found many cases in this case. Yeah, I found many students trapped in this case. For example, my friend paid $500 for the publication. She's the doctoral student, and in that case, honestly, the journal is the fake. Only this journal is the only offline, not online ESSN in this journal from China. Let's move to the next slide. There's no online for this one is only the off. And the problem in this journal, she already paid $500 and already published this journal about the technology, and my friend is the social science. It's impossible. That's why we have to be careful with this problem. Yeah. If you can ask RGI and you can ask someone who understand. Yeah. If somebody told you it's easy, it's no problem, I can help you, that will be the problem, I think, because it's not a short way to submit your paper to be indexed in or to publish in good or reputable journal. That's why we have to be careful about this. Next slide, please. The last one. Okay. For example, I put this case. Yeah. For example, in this case, article processing charge as the income by the university. Is it okay? I don't know. Yeah. Not only in some university, in private one, in the foundation, in the factory also, they think that this one is the income. Now, I don't know about this. Based on the recommendation by the UNESCO, the best one for the equality is the Diamond Open Access. Next slide, please. Okay, future expectation. Yeah, we need to focus to journal or its publisher. For example, I have some journal in my publisher. However, in some of the journal, this one is free and the other one is expensive. That's the case in the practice. Yeah, for the new one, it's free. And the next one already indexed in Scopus, it must be paid $100,000 is that's the problem. And DOJ can also give a special label if possible. I already talked to the OAG team. If possible, we can use it. PKP also can provide diamond open access with customized with special, for example, for this type of diamond open access. And the need for policy also it's better. The use for free tools as Grammarly and Turnitin also the important things for the editor of the journal. This is the most important thing for the journal. Use the Grammarly or Turnitin. And the last one is system that can accommodate and control the number of publication in each issue. Sometimes this issue also be 30, 50. If you check in the, what is the predatory journal, they publish more than 100 paper in one issue, more than yeah, 500, 1,000. That's the problem. Next month will be discontinued. That's the problem. Okay, the next one. Okay, this one America, Europe, and collaboration goals. This one until today, only Europe that has the diamond open access community. They have they have community. They help the journal. And in case of the Asia, I think it will be the problem because Indonesia also we have so many journal. In Indonesia also have the problem. My friend told that in India has also the same problem with Indonesia. However, Indonesia is the biggest one, and we have the bigger problem than the other country, I think. The next slide. I think that one the last slide of my presentation. Oh, we have some again financial sustainability, quality assurance for the managing a journal, visibility and discoverability. That's one of the problem of the managing journal. Sometimes when we put the APC, it will cost our it will cost for our managing journal, for example, to buy software, Grammarly and Turnitin, and then we pay our editor, we pay our reviewer. Also, it will be better. I think that's all for my presentation. We can discuss about this. It's okay if you have some question. We can discuss about this. I hope we can make our journal in Indonesia to be better. I think that's all. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Any question? Ada masalah Pak di mic-nya? Oh. Oh ya. Yeah. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, Mr. Bobur. Yeah.
Actually, you and LGI already discovering this kind of open access, gold access, and other type of the public money. Some of them don't know, and most of publications just charging for the university funding and so on. These are, yes, I am with you. Yes, I agree with you. But in some cases, how as a publisher can be part of this kind of a project, like in Uzbekistan, as you know, we don't have RGI kind of a community. They cannot ask from each other to be member of this kind of a, let's say, community like gold one, or let's say other kind of ones. Yes, how we can get this kind of information? Are there any support ambassador, or let's say communities that publishers may join on this kind of community? What do you think about this one? This is the first question.
I'll answer directly. We have to make Relawan Jurnal Uzbekistan first. Relawan Jurnal, yeah. Mr. Bobur, we have some people who expert about this. We can share to you about this anytime. For example, as I said, we have 30 members. Yeah, one of them is Mr. Tanzil, and I also as the editor of DWJ, we can share the best practice how to manage the journal. Yeah.
I mean, so a little different. As author, if they want to get a successful, let's say, publication, as you said, people are losing amount. Yes.
Okay.
You said that you recommend LGI. Yes. Globally, what do you think? What kind of community could be there so that people communicate with other and find out better, let's say, position, better journal for them?
Okay.
Because it's not just in India, not just in Indonesia or Uzbekistan. I think all people need this kind of support from each other. Are there something in your mind that could help all around the world to discuss and to find out proper journal?
Okay. First thing we have to know that we just give the suggestion for the author because we don't know when the time the journal will be discontinued by the Scopus. That's why with this opportunity, we have the community with the world class university. We can discuss anything. If you have any question about the publication, especially when you are going to check the reputable of the journal, we can check together. For example, some of our friends have the Scopus account. We can check together. We can check by the issue, how many publish this journal in this issue, and then we can check also the number, the pages of the paper in every single paper in that issue to check, to clarify. Oh, this one is what is similar, same with the index in Scopus, with the paper published in the website. We have to check it carefully because when we don't check it, I think that will be the problem. Sometimes, for example, this journal is offline. This journal has no electronic ESSN. Some bad people will make the online journal and publish some paper from the offline and then put the online and give another paper from another field, and then some of the paper index in the Scopus, because Scopus don't know about it. They send email, and then that's the problem. If you know anything about Scopus, that's also the problem. Yeah, that will be the opportunity. Yeah, we can create. For example, as I give you the example in China, mostly journal is there's no the electronic one. And then some bad people make the online and publish some paper with the similar paper with the offline, and put another paper with the and mostly index, and after reporting it's already take it down. That's the problem. That's why with this opportunity I think we can share together our knowledge, how to write, how to find the best destination for the journal. I think it will support us. Honestly, mostly our member is editor, yeah. And also for Sinta, mostly our member is the assessor of the Arjuna.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bobur, for the question. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Sudah, sudah ya? Oh. Asian Journal Volunteer. Thank you for the suggestion, Mr. Fauzi.
Nurdin.
Fauzi Nurdin. Yeah, that's good idea. We already have a friend from India, Uzbek, Central Asia mostly, Qatar also, and then Malaysia, Iran, Iraq. Yeah, yeah. It will be better, I think. We can create the community.
Okay. We can say thank you and applause for Mr. Arbain for the presentations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Buat organis.
Okay. Thank you. The next presenter will be Ibu Arventi. Bu Arventi, it's already here in our Zoom meeting.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Bu Arventi will present using your own device, or I will help you with the presentation. Bu Arventi?
Yeah.
You want me to share the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Let me open your files first. For Arventi, you can introduce yourself from university in Indonesia, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much to Relawan Jurnal Indonesia and STIEPAR YAPARI Bandung for the opportunity in this conference. I am Arventi from Megareski University. Today, my topic is about paradigm of social development community well-being for future generation. Okay, next. The evolving concept of social development. Traditionally, social development focus in improving living standards and reducing poverty. Today, it encompasses a broader approach, prioritizing the well-being of community and ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come. This paradigm shift recognizes the interconnectedness of social, economic, and environmental factors and emphasize inclusivity, equity, and resilience. It aims to create thriving communities that are capable of adapting to changing circumstances and addressing future challenges. Next. Pillar of sustainable social development. 1. Sustainable economic growth. Promoting inclusive economic opportunity and ensuring equitable distribution of resources to empower all community members. And 2. Social equity and inclusion. Addressing inequality, fostering diversity, and providing equal access to essential services regardless of background or identity. And 3, environmental stewardship, protecting natural resources, promoting sustainable practices, and mitigating climate change to ensure a healthy planet for future generations. And 4, good governance and transparency, strengthening democratic institutions, promoting transparency and accountability, and ensuring that citizens have a voice in decision-making process. Next. Ensuring equitable access to public services, health and well-being, providing universal access to quality healthcare services, promoting preventive measures and addressing health disparities, education and skill development, expanding access to quality education at all levels, promoting lifelong learning and equipping individuals with the skill needed for a changing world. And infrastructure and connectivity, developing robust infrastructure including transportation, communication, and energy system to ensure equitable access and economic development. And social protection and safety net, establishing social safety net to protect vulnerable population from poverty, unemployment, and other social threats. Next. Promoting inclusive economic growth, supporting small and medium enterprises, providing access to funding, training, and market opportunity for small and medium to create a job and drive economic growth, promoting entrepreneurship in innovation, fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, supporting startup and developing skill needed for a knowledge-based economy, developing human capital, investing in education, training, and skills development to create a workforce equipped to compete in globalized economy, promoting fair labor practices, encouraging business to adopt ethical labor practices, ensuring decent working conditions, and promoting fair and wages. Next. Enhancing community resilience and adaptability. 1. Disaster preparedness, investing in early warning system, infrastructure upgrades, and community-based disaster preparedness plans. 2. Climate change mitigation and adaptation, promoting sustainable practices, reducing greenhouse gas emission, and developing strategies to adapt to impact of climate change. And 3, community engagement and collaboration, fostering strong community networks, empowering local leaders, and encouraging participation and decision-making processes. And 4, social innovation technology and advancement, exploring and adopting innovative technology and approaches to address social and environmental challenges. Okay, next. Next. Empowering marginalized group and fostering diversity. Okay, I'm sorry. Challenges and opportunity in implementing the social development paradigm. Bridging the gap between policy and practices, translating policy objective into tangible action plans and ensuring effective implementation at the local level. 2. Mobilizing resources and investment. Securing adequate funding and resource to support social development initiative and addressing present needs. And 3, building partnership and collaborative networks, fostering collaboration between government, social society, private sector, and community organization to achieve a shared goal. And 4, promoting public awareness and engagement. Educating the public about the importance of social development and encouraging active participation in shaping a better future. Next. Measuring and evaluating social development outcome. 1. Progress indicators. Developing measurable indicator to track progress towards social development goals, including poverty, reduction, equity, and well-being. 2. Data collection and analysis. Collecting and analyzing data to assess the effectiveness of social development program and identify area for improvement. 3. Accountability and transparency. Ensuring transparency in data reporting and holding stakeholders accountable for achieving social development outcome. And 4. Adaptive management. Continually monitoring and evaluating social development programs, adapting strategies based in evidence, and ensuring relevance to evolving needs. That's all today. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your presentation, Ibu Asanti. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, yes. For the questions here, I think we don't have any question, right? Oh, there are two chats here. This would be the last presentation for today before the break. After the break, we will have two more presenters from Prof. Saltanat and Prof. Nerji. But before that, because today is Friday and most of us will have lunch break with pray break also. So we will end our first session here. If there are any um, questions or suggestion, you can drop your questions in the chat box or comment in the chat box. But for now on, we will break for about 2 hours, I think. For 11 o'clock Jakarta time, it's the same with here in Bandung time. So we will have everyone here to have the lunch break. For those who are participant, you can still in Zoom or you can leave and then at 1 o'clock Jakarta time, please join Zoom meeting for the last session. The link of the absent link or the link for the certificate will be shared when the last presenter perform their presentations. Okay, everyone, let's end our first sessions here. Thank you for your considerations and your attention during the presentations. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss Juliana.
Siap, Pak Fauzi.
So our next speaker is the Professor Saltanat from the AK Kussayinov Humanities Institute, Astana, Kazakhstan. So is Professor Saltanat, you are ready in here? I think yes.
Yeah.
Professor Saltanat, I think we need to wait Professor Saltanat first to coming in this session.
Good afternoon. Do you hear my voice? Dr. Tanzil?
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Okay, Professor Saltanat, you
Yeah.
can hear me?
Yeah. And me? And you? Do you hear me?
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. So can I share my screen?
Okay, you can share your screen.
Okay. Just a minute, please. Do you see my screen? No?
Yes,
We can see your screen. Time is yours, Professor Saltanat.
Okay, thank you very much. So good afternoon to everybody, to everyone. It's a great privilege to take part in the first world-class universities international conference on sustainable development, where we can exchange ideas on how higher education institutions contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. On behalf of the Kussayinov Eurasian Humanities Institute, I extend my appreciation to Relawan Jurnal Indonesia and the world-class university for organizing such an important event. Our institute firmly believes that education is the foundation of sustainable development, and our work is aligned with CDGs 4, quality education, CDG 10's reduced inequalities, and CDG 17's partnership for the global goals, and we strive to create meaningful academic collaborations that promote knowledge exchange, educational accessibility, and global intercultural cooperation. As former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan once said, knowledge is power, information is liberating, and education is the premise of progress in every society and every family. Kazakhstan has demonstrated a strong commitment to implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, integrating the CDGs into national policies to ensure economic growth, social development, and environmental responsibility. The government has established a coordination council on sustainable development goals, working in partnership with organizations like the United Nations Development Programme, the European Union, and the World Bank. So, what kind of achievements Kazakhstan, what is the role of Kazakhstan in achieving such kind of objectives? You see that this slide demonstrates some key focuses areas where Kazakhstan tries to contribute a lot in order to maintain sustainable development in all spheres of life of society and including education. And I would like to emphasize some very important keys or points like regarding higher education and international collaboration, because universities play a key role in promoting sustainable development through global partnership, and it contributes a lot from this and benefit a lot from such kind of partnerships, because participation in such kind of activities like academic exchange program, joint research, and cultural initiatives enrich advanced knowledge of university staff and students as well. As key contribution of universities, we could consider that it could be developed through cross-border research, developing joint curricula, and launching volunteer programs in order to promote global citizenship and social responsibility. Also, we know that impact on such kind of activities and initiatives could bring and will bring knowledge gap, foster intercultural dialogue, for preparing future leaders to tackle global sustainability challenges. So Kazakhstan's efforts and role in developing sustainable development plays and impacts on the university's life and just citizens as well. So what kind of initiatives or what can universities do in this context? We could say that namely such kind of initiatives like or activities like providing students with the knowledge, skills, and motivation to understand and address the challenges of the CDGs, empower and mobilize young people, provide in-depth academic or vocational training to implement CDG solutions, and enhance opportunities for capacity building of students and professionals from developing countries to address challenges relating to the CDGs. And this slide shows some information regarding CDCN's global report, where they say that by providing students with the knowledge, skills, and motivation to understand and address the challenge of the CDS could benefit much, namely in order to strengthen and develop such kind of skills which are required in 21st century, I think, like cross-cutting skills and the key competencies, system thinking, critical thinking, self-awareness, integrated problem solving, and anticipatory, normative, strategic, and collaboration competencies, creativity, entrepreneurship, curiosity, and learning skills, including design thinking, social responsibility, partnership competencies, and being comfortable for interdisciplinary settings. All this stuff, of course, is required and will be comfortable for students in order to be competitive in the world market, in the world. So, namely, I mean, in general, many universities in Kazakhstan, including our institute, actively contributes to CDG implementing through curriculum development that incorporates sustainability topics, research collaborations that address global challenges, and international students and faculty exchange that foster cross-cultural learning. And just for information, you might know that there are more than 17 branches of the international or foreign universities in Kazakhstan, which are opened on the basis of local private and state universities. And also such kind of initiatives, of course, will contribute much in, first of all, in CDG 4 regarding quality of education, and CDG 17 in order to enhance international and cross-cultural collaboration and cooperation. So I would like to say that our institute also tries to implement global initiatives to support such objectives, and they dedicated to expand international academic collaboration as a way to improve educational quality, promote equity in learning, and build long-term global partnerships. And I would like to say that a little bit more in detail regarding what kind of initiatives our institute do in order to enhance international collaboration and cooperation with many universities abroad, namely from Indonesia, Malaysia, US, and other countries as well. To expand academic, as I mentioned that YAGI tries to enrich and enlarge its cooperation, international cooperation with many countries. And in order to do this, on September 19 for 2024, we welcomed Mrs. Wei Chang Lo, who is the manager director of English language company in Malaysia, and also she's vice president of TAPE. You might know that TAPE, NAPE, sorry, NAPE is a National Association of Private Educational Institutions, established in September 15, 1987 in Malaysia, and it's aimed at enhancing Malaysia as a center of educational excellence. So discussions centered on how we will collaborate on language educational program to enhance English proficiency, which is very necessary and important for Kazakhstan, and also how to explore student mobility opportunities between our institute and many leading institutes and institutes in Malaysia. We do forward and very proud to say that we are strengthening our collaboration with Indonesia as a strategic partner of our institute and Uzbekistan in order to implement these objectives. So in October 2024, we took a significant step forward in international research and educational partnership by joining the Silk Road Research Network and signing an MOU with Universities Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo. This collaboration introduced by a guest lecture of artificial intelligence-driven language learning, integrating technology and education, kindly given by Dr. Muhammad Tanzil from UMSIDA in Indonesia. And the same year, additional agreement was signed with Universitas Vidya Gama Mahakam Samarinda and the Institute for Research in Public Service Samarinda in order to further expand our network. And he highlights included that in order to implement the aims and objectives signed and mentioned highlighted in our signed memorandum and agreement, expert guest lectures on linguistics and the economic goal of creative industries were given by Professor Arbain from Gama University and two more very skillful scholars from other Indonesian universities. Also, a workshop on academic publishing promoting global research standards were given by respectful scholars from mentioned universities in order to promote relevant Journal Indonesia objectives, aims, how to collaborate in research and joint publications and other interesting and mutual initiatives undertaken within signed a memorandum. So these efforts aligned with CDG 4 by introducing modern teaching methods, CDG 10 by expanding educational opportunities, and CDG 17 by creating strong academic partnerships. Also, I am very proud to say that our institute is a member of Relawan Jurnal Indonesia, and we also signed an MOU as well to extend and enrich our scientific research knowledge and experience, and in order to participate in all activities taken to support and contribute to this association. Next, I would like to say that we do many. I would like to say that many efforts were done regarding joint publications since 2023, together with Universitas Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo, and the last one were done with Professor Arbar Iskander from Universitas Teknologi Akbar Makassar, and it was like the last joint publications taken together. Then I would like to emphasize our attention to our effort of our institute, namely to enhance student mobility and research through the Muhammadiyah University on Sidoarjo exchange program. And I'm very honored to say that 4 students from our institute will participate in a mobility program, Muhammadiyah University of Sidoarjo, in this spring semester to spend 1 semester there. And so they will gain international academic experience through coursework and research, develop a global perspective on education and cultural exchange. And I would like to say that this initiative promotes CDG 4 by providing high quality education, CDG 10 by creating equal academic opportunities, and CDG 17 by reinforcing international cooperation, international and cross-cultural communication and cooperation between our countries. Also here, I would like to say that within funding of research grants for implementing joint research, our institute, together with Professor Fika from UMSIDA, head of Department of English Foreign Languages Department, we applied for a scientific grant funded by Ministry of Education and Science of Kazakhstan, and hopefully in months we will get a result of such joint activities. Hopefully we will be granted, financed for this grant. Also, to advance digital education research, we work together with US leading universities, and in order to fulfill such kind of our ambitions, on October 12, 2024, we hosted a roundtable on distance learning with Dr. Murat Choshanov from the University of Texas in El Paso, UTEP, who spent 3 months in Kazakhstan within Fulbright programs, and he kindly accepted our invitation to be a faculty staff in order to promote our distance learning. and learn much from his rich experience. So discussions included how digital tools are transforming education, the role of artificial intelligence in distance learning, changes universities face in online education, and these initiatives contribute to CDG 4's quality education by promoting educational innovations and support 17th CDG by fostering knowledge exchange with international experts. In order to enrich YAGI experience in collaborating with international projects funded by Eurasian Commission, we hosted in November 2024 Laura Poluanova, who is the coordinator of Erasmus Plus in Kazakhstan, and she provided insights on regarding international students exchange opportunities, Erasmus Mundus joint master's program, research grants, and Jean Monnet projects. So the result of such meetings and qualitative consultations, we applied for, namely, I initiated our effort collaboratively with two Indonesian universities, namely UMSIDA and UP, and also with two Uzbek universities in order to apply to Stream 1 capacity building project within European Commission priority of sustainable growth and jobs. And the results we just applied tomorrow. I mean, submitted this project, scientific project, and hopefully in August 2025, we will see the results of such kind of joint initiatives. So by increasing awareness and access to Erasmus Plus programs, YAGI is contributing to CDG 4 by broadening educational opportunities, CDG 10 by ensuring inclusivity, and CDG 17 by facilitating global academic partnership. Then our university tries do its best in order to extend and mutually benefit to international academic mission to Indonesia as a strategic country partner, and namely headed by Sidoarjo University, Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo University. So in November 2024, we were awarded to implement an academic and research mission to universities Negeri, Makassar, University Islam Bandung, and the University Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo within Relawan Journal initiatives, where I was honored to deliver a guest lecture on critical thinking and language education at UMSIDA. Also presented Kazakhstani strategies how to enhance private universities global ranking at Utah University, and also took part in the International Rectors Forum, where 32 memorandum of understandings were signed with our university, with universities from Indonesia, Philippines, South Korea, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan as well. So this mission contributed to CDG 4 by advancing language education research, CDG 10 by promoting equal access to education, and CDG 17 by building long-term academic collaboration. To conclude, I would like to say that through international partnership, research project, and student mobility program, we actively support these very important CDG objectives, namely 4, 10, and 17, and our efforts focus on enhancing education quality and accessibility, bridging educational gaps through global and intercultural collaboration and cooperation, and developing research initiatives that address global challenges and advance mutual knowledge and research transfer. So, in the words of Ban Ki-moon, former UN Secretary General, education promotes equality and lifts people out of poverty. It teaches children how to become good citizens. It is a key to prosperity and opens a world of opportunities, making it possible for each of us to contribute to a progressive, healthy society. So, thus, I would like to say that really education is a powerful tool for sustainable development. By working together, by working together and fostering strong international partnership, we together can create a more inclusive, innovative, and globally connected future. Also, just to pay our attention on the very important goal, CDG 4, regarding quality education. I would like to say that it's aligned with all other CDG's objectives and plays a crucial role in supporting their implementation. This is because quality education leads to improved development outcomes for individuals and thus communities and countries. This includes better access to gainful employment, providing learners with skills to think through complexity, transcend paradigms, learn through dialogue and communication, engage in deep reflection, develop worldview and value sensitivity, and cross-cultural communication and intercultural cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention. I am open to your questions. Thank you.
Professor, for the presentation. Okay. Anyone want to be a question? Please raise a hand, or maybe in here in the room. Is there any question?
Hello, Mr. Thank you for presentation, Saltanat. I would like to ask a question about your presentation. You have mentioned about SDGs, yes, sustainable goals, and there were some points, and you have mentioned two SDGs that you have paying attention. We are now at Tourism University, and what do you think about SDGs and connection of education on tourism and sustainability? Because in my presentation today, I have mentioned that mostly in Indonesia, as you have visited already Indonesia, mostly you see there are so many resources based on nature. What is your idea about sustainability and the role of education at tourism university? What they have to pay attention in order to make sustainable tourism? Thank you for your answer. This is my first question.
Thank you very much, Professor Bobur. It's a very good question. I would like to say that within such kind of initiatives regarding developing tourism within sustainability objective, it's very good opportunity to our institute as well, because we have marketing and economy department, and already we hosted you and Professor Jalina from Indonesia. You delivered two guest lectures regarding developing tourism in your countries. And I remember that students were very excited to listen to you, and they also gave some opportunities of how we could develop this initiative together, because Kazakhstan also has very good opportunities and resources in order to promote tourism in Kazakhstan as well. And by the way, regarding tourism initiatives, taken also many activities and efforts in order to do it on the governmental level, because it's really maybe a little bit a weak point or weakness of Kazakhstan, and the government together with universities where they have tourism and economy departments do their efforts in order to promote this initiative. And here I think we could collaborate together with your university and Indonesian universities to do some joint efforts regarding maybe students exchange and exchange of staff, first of all, and maybe to create some dual curriculum. Maybe it will be interesting activity taken by our partner universities of 3 countries. I mean, Kazakhstan, Indonesia, and Uzbekistan. Thank you. Hope I replied to your
Okay.
question.
Thank you very much, Professor Saltanat. Any other question in the room, maybe, or in the chat room? Professor, question there? Okay, it's enough.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Professor Saltanat. Have a great day. It's already enough for us. There is no question. And we will go to another speaker. I think I will ask to join Professor Nerdi from Aceh. I need to see is he already joined or not? Belum join. Okay, while waiting, Professor Nadim from Aceh join this Zoom. We would like to explain about the publication for this WCU program. So, the WCU program created by Relawan Jurnal Indonesia is supported by Securities Network that we already have like 75 university, and not only from Indonesia but from Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. And also this university have a journal that we help to manage. That's included the installation to the managing editor of the journal till provided the digital object identifier until next to get index like DOAJ or Scopus. So this journal is, some journal is barely born with the ESSN, but some journal is already have DOI, and some journal is already 1 years old that ready to be get submitted to the awards, and next year to get submitted to the Scopus. So the paper for this conference will be distributed to this journal of our community. And we welcome if any university of yours that not yet established a scientific journal or already established scientific journal join in our community, so we can have sharing editor, sharing author, or sharing reviewer, depend on the subject or scope or term. Mim Zulidia is already joined. Professor Nedi. Not yet.
I have idea. According to WCU publications that you mentioned, I see that there are so many papers coming from different places, mostly from Uzbek, for example, people contacting with me, and from Kazakhstan also. Most of them interested to make a co-authorship So there is a platform or group on WhatsApp that if they are interested to share their paper and to find out potential co-author from VCU member universities, that would be better, I think, because already from different universities they send paper and they would like to make a co-authorship and they would like to get potential person and researcher from VCU member. So according to the conference and after the conference, we can make one WhatsApp group and researchers can communicate with each other and finalize their paper. And already there are so many journals from different universities and those papers we can suggest to different publishers and papers will be published. So this will be kind of a strength point of VCU partnership and for the VCU member universities. So I would like to invite all VCU members on a group. We will share information after the ending of this conference and researchers, if they interested to make a partnership with other researchers from VCU members, they are welcome to join on this platform.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor Bobur, for the suggestion. Is there any response or maybe comment while we waiting Professor Nedi, so we can start discussion first regarding our community? Because I believe the in here mostly is coming from the our community in world class university program. Okay, maybe while waiting Professor Nedi, I will share joining. Okay. Okay, continue. Okay. So as we know that the point of the world-class university program is the increasing of the prestige of our university. So the prestige usually increasing by the several index coming for university like QS World Class Ranking or QS Sustainability Development Ranking, Green Metric Ranking, also the test time higher education series or World Class University Ranking. And we working also with that kind of ranking that we cannot working together with all you all because this kind of ranking based on the contact survey, based on the activity on publication, for example, especially the activity of joint research, which is not within your region. That's why not only publish in the Scopus journal is important, but you publish with the person that already in the 20% of publication in the chemical journal or Web of Science journal. So that's why with this community, we will increase that opportunity. And also the point is the sharing knowledge of how to filling the report to the ranking system. Because I believe the information of this kind of ranking system is not yet distributed well along Indonesian university or Silk Road area university because not many that are already in that kind of platform. Is this joining, Professor? Okay, welcome, Professor Nerdi. If you can hear my voice, please respond.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, thank you very much. You ready? Are you ready, Professor?
Wait for maybe 1 minute. 1 minute only. Wait.
Oh,
Only
okay.
1 minute.
Maybe if you want us to share your presentation, we happy to do that.
Okay, I can share my presentation. Okay.
Oh, you will share your own presentation. Okay, great. Okay, time is your, Professor.
Okay, thank you for the moderator. Okay, hello everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nurmira from University Kussayinov from Medan, North Sumatra, Indonesia. Okay, for this opportunity, I will try to presentation my presentation with title Sustainable Analytical Techniques, Future of Green Pharmaceutical Research, because my background is pharmaceutical analysis in pharmaceutical field. So my topic about sustainable development is about sustainable of analytical techniques, because as we know that so many of now analytical techniques is so many ways of chemical and it will harm our environment. Okay, for the introduction, this is what the overview of sustainability and its significance in pharmaceutical research, because now we need more sustainable and more greener pharmaceutical or chemical analysis, because let's say we use a lot of alcohol like methanol and ethanol, or maybe the another organic solvent. As we know, the organic solvent is harm for environment and it is not safe for the environment. So how can it, the method analytical is sustainable and it can be used for a long term? This is the urgency of why we need a more sustainable analytical techniques. And the next is the environment issue. The environment issue of our country now is so many of organic solvent. Let's I say before that, because organic solvent is from the nature, and the organic solvent is like for our air, our soil, or our land, it is so harm to our environment. And the next is the contribution of green analytical chemistry. Now, the pharmaceutical or the another biological field, and how we extract the plant material, how we extract the pharmaceutical active material, and we use a greener technology. Now we use a greener solvent. Now the greener solvent that we use now is use the water, and the water, let's we say that the water is cheap and the water can be we obtain everywhere and easy to obtain. It's which is if you compare to alcohol like methanol, ethanol, it is so hard you get it, and so expensive if you buy it if you compare to water. And then now the technological is shift now. That is the urgency and the needs why we need a greener analytical technique and greener extraction method. And then the principle of green analytical chemistry. Now, as we know that not only extraction, but the analytical chemistry, let's we say the liquid chromatography. Liquid chromatography, we use a lot of organic solvent, like say that methanol, ethanol, acetonitrile, and then another solvent used in the liquid chromatography that is so harm to our environment, water, air, and also the land or the soil. Now, the green analytical chemistry is to decrease the use of the organic solvent. As we say that the organic solvent here, the organic solvent, how we decrease it? If we decrease the organic solvent, so we increase the safety of the environment and the harmful chemical. Now, how we decrease it? Now we can use the method like the FTER, Fourier transfer infrared. As we know, the Fourier transfer infrared is so minimal use of the solvent. Nowadays, there is so many developed methods and minimize the use of the organic solvent. But can we say that like now the liquid chromatography technique is the most advanced technique, but now so many of research is to develop the infrared method to minimize the use of the organic solvent because of the speed may be faster and the greener technology. And then the next is how we reduction the waste and the energy usage through the adoption of the eco-friendly analytical technique. As we say that the eco-friendly, because now we are focused on the sustainable analytical chemistry, and we must say that so eco-friendly is now we concern because in the Western country, they are concerned to the ecosystem and the eco-friendly technique, so they can minimize. But now, not only infrared, but now HPLC we can use to minimize the solvent. How we can use the minimal solvent? Maybe you can use the technique like ultra high performance liquid chromatography, UHPLC. Because we use the UHPLC, we can use the lower volume of the solvent, so it is more eco-friendly, and the analytical technique is faster. The faster technology, and it means that the minimal use of the solvent, because the analytical time is shorter and the solvent use is lower than the conventional HPLC. But now that's why so many development methods in pharmaceutical science and also the chemistry. The next is the sustainable of the analytical techniques in pharmacy. The eco-friendly, like the spectroscopy, like I introduced before, the UV visible and then the near infrared, and then also the Fourier transfer infrared. It means the mid-range infrared, and then the Raman spectroscopy. Because this method is used very minimal of the solvent, and the Raman no use of any solvent and do not use of any supporting material, so it can be directly analyzed by microscopy. This method is used the environment. This means the sustainable and analytical technique, because more sustainable the analytical technique, it means the analytical technique can be long last for time to time. And this method is also the non-destructive analysis. It means this technique do not harm the sample that we use for the analytic. So after we use it for the analysis, maybe the sample can be used for another analysis. Okay. And then next, the green chromatography. As I said before, not all chromatography is harm, but it is opportunity. At least we try to minimize the usage of the organic solvent. We minimize the organic solvent, we can increase the use of the water, but it do not can be acceptable for all. But we can try and we can improve to minimize or try to lowering use the organic solvent. The use of the water-based in the HPLC and the solvent-free technique, like a supercritical fluid chromatography, because this technique is so advanced and more green to our environment. The next analytical technique is the use of electroanalysis as a sustainable alternative, like photometry, and the capillary electrophoresis. This technique is use the water-based and more sustainable than use the organic solvent. And the last but not the least, the biosensor and the nanotechnology-based analytical technique with rapid detection with minimal environment impact. Now we can use the electrical sensor to analysis. Let's say now so many development, so many research at the use of electrical sensor to analysis qualitative and quantitative analysis in pharmaceutical field, biological field, in chemistry field. So if you use the electro analysis, it can be long last and can be used for several times. So it can be long last and it is more for environment. Okay, what is the innovation in waste reduction and the energy efficient? Now we are trying to waste reduction to minimize the waste and this energy efficiency. The innovation is miniaturization of analytical instrument to reduce material consumption. Now we are develop of method try to develop, and we try it by miniaturization by small size force, and then we can scale up it, and if the miniaturization is successful, we can scale up to more high scaling, and then we try to use like 3R, reuse, reduce, and recycling. Try to reuse and recycling. The implement so many extra because we are Indonesia, have so many of plant that can be used for pharmaceutical analysis, can be used for treatment. Now, like let's we say for maybe the treatment of diabetes, treatment of hypertension, or treatment of other disease, we use of plant, we use of traditional medicine. When we use of traditional medicine, we want to extract the plant. Now we want to extract the plant material, we use the solvent. Now the solvent we use, let's say we use the alcohol for the extraction. After we use the alcohol for the extraction, the alcohol we want to reuse again. Now that's recycling, reuse and recycling. We reuse the recycling and we reuse and recycling the alcohol by the advanced technology like distillation in conventional, and the advanced technology is use a vacuum, with high pressure. So we can obtain the solvent and we can obtain the extra. The solvent we can use for another extraction. So it is minimalized to use the organic solvent. The last is the utilization of artificial intelligence. Now is the time for the use of AI. In the pharmaceutical chemistry, we can long time ago, we have no that is computerization to chemical computerization and drug CADD. CADD use of CADD, computer aided drug design. We use the computer to design a pharmaceutical drug. But nowadays, know that its name is AI. This compound from maybe synthesis, semi-synthesis, or from the nature can be pharmaceutical active or not. If it is not a pharmaceutical active, so it cannot be used for treatment. So the computer-aided drug design is very advanced nowadays. So it can predict this compound effective or not for our body. Okay. The implementation of the pharmaceutical industry and regulation. This is the last, the implementation of the pharmaceutical industry and regulation. The implementation is the policy and the regulation related to green analytical methods. And nowadays, especially in Western, it is so many regulation for limitation the usage of the organic solvent, but it cannot be still a zero use of organic solvent, because organic solvent still a choice for pharmaceutical or chemical analysis. We still use the organic solvent, but how we minimize it, how we develop another method that is similar to the main method to give a great accuracy, precision, recovery, that's still under development. But now the Western country, so many and fast development. And then what is like a case study for the real example is we can know that now extraction with water, as we say that water is more sustainable, and then but water have higher boiling point than the organic solvent. But how we can use it now? We can use another extraction method like a microwave assisted. Yeah. Now in pharmaceutical and also in biological and chemistry, we can use a microwave assisted method. Now, so we use the advance of the electrical, the microwave, to push the active compound from the plant to out of the plant to the solvent, which is the microwave assisted method. And then the challenges, this is the challenges. We use the water because of high boiling point, and maybe also the polarity. The polarity of the water is polar. But how we add solution? We can use another advantage like a microwave and sonicator, the ultrasonic, to push the compound out of the plant material. Okay. And then the last is the conclusion. The conclusion is what the benefits and adopting the sustainable analytical method. Now, the benefit of sustainable analytical method is the method can be long last, because we do not scan that the organic solvent can be obtained, because so many of organic material cannot be imported or maybe to Indonesia, or so many of organic material can be one day it can be discontinued, maybe if you use the sustainable material. And then this is the obstacle and so many obstacles, but also an opportunity and a possibility of additional research, because like a greener analytical method, and then a greener solvent, and so many of technique that must be used for validation also. But we use the method, we must remember to validate the analytical method, because the analytical method may to be validated. If the analytical method do not validate, the result is not valid also. And the last, the importance of cooperation. Many research in the university, in the academia, but how it transfer from the academia to the industry. But also we can know that in the middle of academia and the industry, we have the government. The government is the junction between the academia and the industry, because the industry cannot adopt the academia techniques if the government do not accept it as the main method, or the government do not accept it maybe as the secondary or the tertiary method. The industry can accept the method from the academia if the government allow it, if the government accept it as the method used in the industry. Okay, And then this will advancing the environmental friendly practices. If it is accepted from the industry and used for a high scale, and also this is a green analytical technique and green extraction method for all, and this is long last for our environment. Okay, that is the sort of my presentation about sustainable development, especially a sustainable analytical technique and allow a sustainable extraction method. Okay, thank you for the attention. I will give that to the moderator.
Yes. Wow, very interesting presentation, Professor Nedi. So before I go to the Zoom and the room, I will be the first to be question to you. The first is you mentioned about recycling, reduce, and reuse of the drug and from traditional herbal medicines and also the non-traditional herbal medicines. If I'm learning correct that these two type of medicine is possible and safe to be to be reused or recycled. And what is more challenging to do of reuse and recycle about this two kind type of drug?
Okay, thank you for the question. Nowadays we have challenges in traditional medicine, because as we know that Indonesia is tropical country that so advantage have the advantage because of the we are tropical country. We have so much of traditional plant, especially in our forest. Have so many of traditional plant. But this plant is not in much quantity. But how we extract it? Extract the plant material, and then the active compound we isolate it, and we do structure elucidation. And after we do a structure elucidation, if the compound active, so we are synthetic in the laboratory. Now, nowadays, the development of the sustainable of the method is, if we use the alcohol to extract the plant material, the alcohol, if we as the waste, the alcohol will harm to the environment. But how we safe to use the alcohol? So the alcohol we use it again and again. So from the alcohol with a small quantity, we separate the compound and separate the alcohol. So the alcohol that we separate can be used for another. So just one alcohol used for a long time extraction. Okay. So the alcohol can be used for a long time. That is a sustainable usage for the alcohol. So we do not use alcohol and then waste, and then use another alcohol and then waste it. So how the alcohol can be used for a time to time.
Okay. Any other question in room for Professor Nedi regarding his presentation? In Zoom, maybe. Last question for me, Professor. This is about maybe related to the traditional herbal medicine. I'm about the ginger. I want to know is the ginger can be using to like preserve to more healthy to body. So or and other curcuma or the other, which one is the best way if you want to consume every day and not effect of our body like that, Professor. Maybe you can help to answer that.
Okay. 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 Thank you for the question. We are in the Eastern country. Eastern country is so many of use of traditional medicine. Indonesian traditional medicine is so many of traditional medicine. As we know that the traditional medicine is safer than the use of the conventional medicine, because the traditional medicine, the compound in the plant is in small quantity, but so many of compound in the extra. The effect of the compound is between one and another compound is supported one and another compound. So it will give a benefit to our body. So the use of the traditional medicine is safer, and the use of the traditional medicine is a minimal of side effect. Indonesia we call effect something. The side effect is so minimal because the compound in a small quantity, but with another compound is supported, so the effect will higher comparing to the conventional medicine. But maybe some traditional medicine can be consumed for a long time. Let me say that for Indonesia, the curcuma from the Zingiberaceae family, it is as we know that so many of beneficial to our body, especially that like COVID, that is so many consuming of the curcuma in Indonesia, especially because it's safe.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your time and sharing. Is very enlightening for me. I'm loving to drink ginger every night, every morning, and it's very good. Yes, for my health too. Thank you very much, Professor Nerdi. And I think this Professor Nerdi presentation will be last for our session today. And I will congratulations to all of you in the meeting room, also in the room that you accompany us and learning from our great presenter from Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Indonesia, Uzbekistan also. We hope we can hold this international conference of WCU not only once a year, maybe triple year or fourth year. Okay, I will deliver the to the master of ceremony. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you for the amazing sessions, and it was very inspiring. Let's give applause for us. I remind you that this attendance can be extensively provided on the chat from the committee. And I would like to say thank you very much for the committee, especially for RGI that has given us the opportunities to be the co-host in this conference. As the saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending. And now the first WCU International Conference on Sustainable Development has come to its end. Thank you very much for your attention and participation. And see you on the next event. I'm Satya Yanti. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Ya. Orang-orang masih ini, Mak.
Tunggu sertifikatnya Pak itu diumumkan tadi. Di grup ada. Oh,
Dunia aja Kak. Ya udah. Kita long WA di grup. Saya lagi ngajar ya.